and his name is Mr. Paul Silve. So welcome into the studio, Paul Silve.
How's it going?
Yes, this is so much better than last time. Do you remember? Oh, we've just been speaking. The last time me and Paul spoke to each other for On Air Acoustic was way back in December 2023, which just seems so long ago. Dude, how was that long ago? I don't understand it.
That's too long ago. It's almost shocking.
It's scary, right?
Yeah,
like,
it is.
Like we've had a full calendar year before we've seen each other again.
Oh,
which is absolutely fine. Absolutely fine,
It's good to be back, though. It's good to be back.
Cheers, man. Like, I'm a huge fan of yours anyway. You're the first person, this is what I always say on Raw Vibes and everything, that when I've played your tracks on the airwaves, I'm always like, this is the first guy I ever scouted a gig. I was like, I needed this guy on.
One day it's gonna be worth it, you know, one day.
One day we're gonna be like, yes, I was the first one. That was a absolutely incredible night, wasn't it? The Troubadour.
Yep.
Can you even believe how long ago it was? The Troubadour,
honestly,
like,
long ago. Like, I mean, I don't even remember the date, but it was such a good gig. I just remember it really well. Really, really well. We're actually planning another gig there as well.
Are you?
Year. Yeah. So maybe in April or something like that, so.
Oh, nice. Well, I've got my laptop here, I'll put it in. Sometime in April. Yeah, no, I've had a few people come to me, they've played Troubadour, and they're like, oh, I wonder what it's like. I'm like, I've been there. And it's like, it is cool. And then they always say like the names that have been there. And I was actually listening to our interview the other day, and it is crazy, like, the names we were going for. And the one you popped in at the end was Paul Simon.
Yeah.
I said about 10 of them, you went, and Paul Simon.
Paul Simon, like, crazy. Like, I don't know how the fuck,
no, you're like, apologies for Paul's language.
Excuse me. How did he get there? I don't know how did he get there.
Oh, mate. It's the power of London. It's the power of London. This is what happens. It's the exciting thing. I think it's only going to get more exciting in London. There's just something, especially doing this show on Air Acoustic, you just seem that there's so many people that want to come to London. I mean, look at your story. I mean, you were going to go to Manchester. You nearly went to Paul McCartney's university, but you didn't. You did come. Something pulled you to London.
Came to London, yeah.
Because it wasn't Switzerland as well.
I mean,
it's all coming back to me now.
It's a long story.
Yes.
I was born in Mexico, moved to Barcelona when I was 5, moved to Switzerland when I was 10, moved to Manchester when I was 18, and then when I was 2021, like that was COVID times, and I was about to go to Paul McCartney's university, but instead I moved to London because I just thought it was my time kind of to go to the metropolitan city.
Yeah, man.
You know, so yeah.
And we're very happy for it, mate. I tell you, we're very, very lucky to have someone as talented as you to choose London as your base. And you're talking of Mexico there. I've been following your stuff, of course I have. You've got an awesome channel, which I love that. It's like this little tell people a little bit about this channel that you've got, because you're the only artist that's got this channel. None of the other artists I've ever had on my shows, which I've had 32 artists on and bands, no one's had a channel. So tell people a little bit about your channel.
I mean, the channel, I just feel like it's so basically the channel on Instagram is basically just kind of like a living room where we can all be safe and express and share and things like that. But I mean, like, I don't know if Instagram allows me to put people saying in there, but like at least I'm glad that I can share my stories and be a bit more personal with people there and everything, you know. I feel like everybody deserves to hear part of the story so they can relate even a bit more, but at the same time I like that everybody makes their own interpretation of things and kind of like, you know, listens to the song and kind of puts their own image to what they hear and what they feel. Yeah.
But it's so cool as well that like the marketing thing as well, because of the like being at the grassroots level of music. It's so important. Like you're not just gonna be an artist at this stage. You've got to be your own manager. You've got to be your own like producer, writer, camera, like everything, right? Yeah. So it's really cool, like this little living room that you've got. And it's like, you know, oh guys, this is coming out, and then you build up to it. Where some people just go song on Instagram. Hopefully people listen to it and we'll see what happens. Whereas you're completely different. Yours is like, you build this thing up, it's like, oh, and you see the excitement is in there as well. Like all the little love hearts and everything. I love it, man. I love it.
No, yeah, honestly, like, I gotta give props as well to my fellow artists that inspire me to always like keep pushing and always keep going. And they like, I mean, we're all in this together where it's really hard for us to focus on these things that we're not really meant to do. I feel like us as artists, we're meant to create a world in which people can feel comfortable to feel.
Absolutely, yeah.
And, you know, sometimes social media can get in front of us or can stop that journey for a little bit, but I feel, at least me, my take on it is that that's our little part to be connected to our audience and the people listening to us and everybody that loves the music, right? Like, and that wants to feel and yeah. Like, I mean, I inspire myself from the experiences I've had, and at the same time from my fellow musicians who always seem to always push further, and I'm super proud of them and super happy for them.
Yes, man, love that. See, if you couldn't love Paul Silve anymore, right? Because it's cool that you've got like the living room there, because you've also got so the stage it's inspired by your bedroom, isn't it?
Yeah.
And is that, are you still with your girlfriend?
No.
No? Okay, awesome. Well done, Chris.
Yeah.
That's the one bit of research I did not do.
I hope she's not listening.
So it was kind of based on your bedroom, wasn't it? Like the lamp and everything. We went through that story kind of thing. And now you've kind of got your living room thing. I like it, man. We're kind of like just building sort of a Paul Silve house. Like,
I feel like that's like the most comfortable place I'm in. So
yes,
to share that with my audience is like, I think it's a beautiful thing for sure.
No, mate, absolutely. And saying about houses and all that kind of stuff, you went back home.
Yeah.
To Mexico,
yeah,
which looked absolutely amazing. It's one of those things, I love seeing your stories because you're really, really happy and everything, but I'm like, I really want to be in Mexico right now. Like, it looks so cool, man, where you're from.
No, honestly, yeah.
What brought that on to go back to Mexico for a little bit?
We had a show there, on end of November, and we went there with my guitarist.
Mm-hmm.
So it was Angus's first time in Mexico.
No way.
And so like, yeah, the first 2 weeks was all visiting and him meeting my whole family, all of my friends, and them kind of like showing us around Mexico and everything like that. And then yeah, at the end of the trip we had the gig, but it was just amazing because we had many more opportunities to meet other musicians that we never thought we were going to meet other musicians, but we did. We went to shows, we went into some studios and everything. It was really nice, and we actually also filmed a rooftop live concert.
No way.
So there's a video coming up.
No way.
Really nice. It's gonna be Beatle looking a little bit.
Yeah. I love that.
It's really
so you
cool.
didn't need to go to the Paul McCartney University. You just got it. It's already in you, man. It's natural.
It's actually really funny because I went for my first Paul McCartney show in Mexico.
Oh, no way.
We got the tickets with Angus, we went, and it was, well, I mean, I screamed every song, right? Every song I screamed it completely. It was amazing, and then it was really funny because 2 days later, Angus found a festival called Corona Capital, where Paul McCartney was also playing.
Oh, no way.
Tickets were like super cheap, and I was feeling super tired, so I didn't go, but he went twice in 1 week to see Paul McCartney.
No way.
Oh
which is amazing, but, so I went to the one at the O2 Arena.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. So I went to the O2 Arena one, and, to see, I mean, wow. He's 82 years old, and he's still absolutely smashing it. And I met some people there that have been to like 500 Paul McCartney shows in their lives. Like, seriously, dude, like I thought, I was like, this is amazing for me. These guys have been like 500 times. I was like, what?
I wish. Was that your first time?
Yeah.
Oh,
first time ever seeing Paul McCartney, yeah.
Was it as magical?
Oh.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh my god, like not crazy.
Yeah. I thought, and we were sitting next to like Matt Lucas as well, like, and like the drummer's family were in front of us, and it was all just like, oh man, it was absolutely incredible. Like, to Live and Let Die, I was like,
wow.
I presume it's the same show in Mexico. Like, Live and Let Die was like all the fire.
Yeah.
Woo!
Wow.
Like,
no, it was crazy.
Oh my word, like he's just still got it right.
No, and you guys got Ringo Starr on stage, right?
Yes, Ringo Starr was there and Ronnie Wood.
Oh
yeah.
My god.
Yes,
we didn't get that. Like,
yeah, man.
Well, I mean, no, not just. Like, we got Paul McCartney.
Yeah.
But wow,
wow. 2 of the 4 Beatles, man.
Literally, wow.
Which, yeah, next level. But that's them, guys. We're here to talk about, yeah. So what brought on the gig in Mexico?
We were just, I mean, I wanted to go back home for a while, and then also I really wanted to show Mexico to Angus, and we were thinking about it for a long time, so we just started looking for gigs over there, and, you know, we arrived there, and everybody just opened their arms to us, and, it was just beautiful. It was just beautiful to be there and to kind of like promote my music over there, because I've actually never played in Mexico. I've never played in front of my family, in front of my whole family over there. Like, they've never really heard me live, and to have this experience with Angus and my family, my parents were there, and it was one of the most beautiful memories I've had.
Yeah, I can imagine, man.
Of the year,
For anyone who's sitting here going, who is this Angus? Explain who Angus is, because I've obviously met him and I've seen him.
Yeah, no, so shout out to the homie. It's literally Angus Baird. He's my guitarist. He's an incredible person, an incredible musician. And yeah, he's been accompanying me for this whole adventure, and it's been an honor to have him by my side. It's a one of a kind friendship.
Nice, man. That's what music's all about, man. If you've got the right people in your corner, you're halfway there.
Yeah.
So talking of Mexico then, and all the music scene over there, how does how different is it in Mexico to London? Do you know what I mean? Like,
so it's really, really funny, right? Like, Mexico is also a capital. Like, it was Mexico City, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when I was there, my father was really not negative about it, but he was like, "You're not gonna find anything. There's only like mariachis in here. Like, why would you try anything over here? Like, it's not worth it." And we after meeting all of these wonderful people, literally, we just realized how full of music it was. There's literally every single genre you can imagine in Mexico. And sometimes they're ahead of time, sometimes they're behind time. but really, like, it was incredible to see so much culture and art in a country that is kind of censored by things, you know, and it was really impressive just to meet all of these people and to be able to connect in a different way. I think it's as big as a metropolitan as London, but I just thought that Mexico opened their arms to us a lot more than London has.
So an easier crowd. Is it an easier crowd, would you say?
More passionate.
More passionate.
But
that's passionate. Sort of like Central America and sort of South America, though, isn't it? Like, yeah. I've always, everyone, if you actually watch many gigs, many interviews, everyone says the best place I ever go is South America and Central America.
I mean, the first thing I think of is Rio's Queen, right? Love of My Life by Queen in Rio. Everybody was singing their song, like, it was incredible. No, South America, literally, we wanna go back, we wanna do a tour there at some point, hopefully, and we were thinking of going to Argentina this year, but that might not happen, we'll see, but yeah, it's incredible. And I mean, like, this is only talking about warm people, like, I'm not making a generalization, like, you came to our show and you were so kind with us, and that was the same kind of warmth that we feel in South Americans. So I'm really honored I met you, Chris.
Mate, likewise. Like, I'm so happy that Pretty Velvet was like, come on down, because if I'd never met them guys, and obviously all of that kind of happening, I would never have met you, and it's just like, what a disaster. Because this actually works out perfectly, because you actually wrote one of my favourite songs, and it's not the one you're thinking of, Dear First Lover, which is actually another one of my favourite songs, but I Just Wanted You Around. Dude, like, honestly, this is no joke, because you're here. I absolutely, both hands on my heart, God strike me down if I'm lying. That is one of my favourite songs of all time. I absolutely love it. Like, absolutely love it. It's in my Spotify Wrapped. It was one of my top ones.
Wow. Thank you so much.
Every single day I listen to that song.
It means so much. It means so much.
And that one, when did it came out? In the 21st of June.
Yep.
21st of June. So I've been probably listening to it every single day from then.
Yeah, 21st of June, and then 15th of July, Gabriela got released as well. And yeah, that song was a really special one. Really, like, I wrote it in 2019, something like that, and I just had this strong feeling that I was missing someone from back home, and I couldn't sing that song for like 3 years because I was feeling so vulnerable. You know,
yeah.
You know, when it's just like when you cannot see a movie because it reminds you of something, or when you cannot see a picture because it reminds you of something. Like, it was that feeling. So for 3 years I just couldn't sing it, and then little by little we started working it in the studio with my producer Jason Burgos, and it was just so much relief to be able to listen to it and being able to sing it, and I loved writing it. I don't know why I took so long, but I guess it's the time I needed, for that song to flourish.
Well, whatever it was, if the universe is on your side, I'm telling you now, it came out at just the right time, because I love it. It obviously worked perfect for you and your timings of everything, and it's just an absolute work of art. And I've played it many, many times on here, so guys, is this one of your songs you're going to sing tonight? I feel like I'm just making you sing here.
Yeah, I mean, that was actually one of the songs that I was
cool, I'm just making you do this. So guys, alright, well you've heard the mastered version on Raw Vibes and on Acoustic for many, many months. Well, how about the live version? Say a little bit more about it, I'll get the camera set up.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. So yeah, this song is called "I Just Wanted You Around," and it's part of my first EP, Gabriela, that was released on the 15th of July. And I hope you like it.
You call me out, but I'm not around, and I hope you're alright, 'cause I'm still on my flight, and I'm tired of moving far from you. I wish I could see your face and come back to that place. Yeah, why do I hear things from your friends, not your lips? And what are your plans? 'Cause it's like you don't care. Just tell me what we are for you. And I just wanted to make you happy. So tell me what you want. I regret those missing sentences. Now I'm too many miles away. Why is it so hard to express my lonely feelings? I just wanted you around now. I left somewhere without saying, and what's in my heart, I wish I could go back to the start, 'cause I confused my love today. And all those things I've done to come back someday. So tell me what you want. I regret those missing sentences. Now I'm too many miles away. Why is it so hard express my lonely feelings. I just wanted you around. And all those nights coming back from bars, you see my dreams, you appear like all those stars. And all I wanted was to make you feel like we're roommates. But it changed again. Oh, I guess it just changed too much. So tell me, what you want. I regret those missing sentences. Now I'm too many miles away. Oh, na 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 na. I'm too many miles away. I'm too many miles away. No, no, no. I'm too many miles away. I'm too many miles away. I just wanted you around.
It's raw talent, it's real time, it's on air acoustic, it's Paul Silve. That was I Just Wanted You Around on 517.6. Yes! Yes! Dude! Dude. Oh my word. I might as well just power off everything here and go home and just give up on air acoustic because I absolutely love that, man. That was absolutely incredible.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So yeah, tell me a little bit more about that one then, because it is quite interesting. Like, you know, you had like the whole sort of 2019 thing and then released it in 2024.
Yeah.
What's going through your mind? Because it seem like that one of those things where it's like, yes, no, yes, no. You know what I mean? Like foot in, foot out, like, yeah. Like, so what was like the thing that actually made you go, I'm releasing this now?
I mean, so my whole life I've always had the plan of releasing the first project like this. Like, it's always been about, I don't know, I've always been inspired by artists that made their own projects and entirely. Like Ed Sheeran. At that time I was a huge fan of Ed Sheeran. And you remember that era where it was like plus, multiply,
oh yeah,
divide.
Oh yeah, I was there for it.
You know what I mean? Like, incredible. And I used to love it, and I always inspired myself from that, and I always wanted to be that kind of artist that made projects. And at some point I went through my songs and everything, and I had enough songs to make an EP, and those 4 songs were actually for that person, Gabriela. So the real process behind it was basically I signed a record deal with a startup that was founded by Eddie Kramer. Like Eddie Kramer, Alexander Gullenbeck, and Jason Burgos, and basically like we started working on it, and it just took a lot of time because of COVID and also mental health issues. All of us went through something, you know, and everything, and there was just a lot happening, and the industry changed a lot, literally from 2019 to 2021.
God, yeah.
Changed a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot. Way too much. So we were kind of, yeah, it was a bit foggy, right? Like,
yeah.
Just a bit
Bit of a blur.
Yeah, a bit of a blur. But yeah, after a while, a lot of hard work, from my peers. Literally, this track wouldn't have sounded as good without the help of David on the drums, Jason, who helped me produce the whole thing, Jason Burgos. Shout out, homie, I hope you're listening. And Eddie Kramer as well. Eddie Kramer was actually Jimi Hendrix's producer.
Oh, no way.
Yep.
Oh,
Jimi
okay.
Hendrix's producer, the Beatles, Santana, Metallica, and Led Zeppelin. He did a lot of things.
Man.
We were just honored to have him part of the project, and
wow.
help us with a few things, and still to this day. So yeah.
What was it like for an artist like yourself? Like, you know, you're sort of coming up, sort of through the ranks, let's say, from grassroots music, to meet someone like that who's got a catalogue of that. It's like, you know, he starts naming the artists he's worked for. How does your mindset change? Do you go, okay, I need to rise to this, or do you go, oh my word?
I mean, I don't know. I like to treat people as if they were fully human. Because otherwise we forget that they're just as human as us, and I feel like they also want to be treated as humans, right? Like,
yes, 100%.
It's like, but at the same time, like, it's just funny, like, in the end, like, that's why they say never meet your hero. It's because you have so much expectations that they're gonna be a god, and in the end, they're just as human as you. They can do mistakes, they can be hurtful sometimes, you know, or they can be the nicest people, but sometimes they do the wrong thing, but that's not on purpose, right? We don't do always the right thing.
No. You should go to a Taylor Swift concert. Walk around outside a Taylor Swift concert. It would blow your mind.
I bet.
It's still the thing that blows my mind to this day. I'm walking around Wembley Stadium watching a Taylor Swift concert unfold. I was like, my word.
Yeah, no, I bet. I was on the train to a friend's house when that happened, and I saw the crowd, and it was crazy. They were all singing in the underground. I was like, okay. I mean, what a vibe.
Yeah, man.
I respect her. I really do respect her.
Yeah, that's what I've always said. I said, like, it doesn't matter if you don't like her music, you don't even have to like her, but the one thing I will say is you have to respect Taylor Swift for an artist and a businesswoman, because she's absolutely smashed it right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, look at, it speaks for itself, right?
Yeah, it speaks for itself. The name, right? Like
yeah. If you just say the name, that's it, everyone knows. So that is really cool. Like, so what kind of songs, for this, like Gabriella, what song came first from that EP? Was it the Just Want You Drown, or was it, do you know what I mean? Like, cause this is what happens with EPs. People go, oh yeah.
This is super embarrassing. Right? This is super embarrassing.
Well, it's a safe space here, man. This is what On Air Acoustic is all about, so it's fine.
Basically, like, if Agri, my mastering engineer, is listening to this, he's probably laughing out loud. Like, literally. What's really funny about this is, like, so it all started with one song called Move Over Your Shadows. That is, there's a couple live videos on my YouTube channel, but they're so far down, and I'm happy they're so far down. I didn't remove them because they're not, I mean, like, there's people who like them, and they were still originals back in the day, so it's worth leaving them there.
It's how you got here, man, so.
I mean, I don't know, like, basically, like, it was a song I wrote, I think, in Manchester. It was one of the first songs I wrote when I arrived in Manchester. And honestly, like, it had good melodies and it had a good flow, but the only thing is I rapped in it.
Oh, okay.
Because at the time I was inspired by Ed Sheeran rapping. Like, I'm
why not?
One of the few who likes his rapping, you know, and also, like, back in the days, like, I used to hang in the streets with some friends, put a speaker up, and we would all just freestyle.
Nice.
Like, my friends would just like to rap, and some of them actually kept rapping, and now they're doing well. Like, I mean, like, they're still doing it, and I'm really proud of them, and a lot of friends of mine, they still write poetry and things like that, and it's just, I think that was a really cool thing to do, you know, to be able to freestyle with people and to have some kind of, like, musical element to the hangs.
Yeah, why not?
Hangouts. Yeah, so.
Is that, because, what is it? Is it I'll Be Waiting Here?
No, so that one came after, but basically it was something
is that a rap on that one?
There's a rap on that one, but that's by my homie Steph.
Nice.
Yeah, he's a really good dude. He's released his first album, Trime 1, and I think Trime 2, or maybe he's gonna release it soon or something like that, but nice. He's a genius and lyricist, really great to work with him. I met him in a trip to Turkey.
Oh, nice.
Like, the record label, when I signed with them, the first thing is they flew me to Turkey the next day I signed, and I literally went to a place like Kalkan, you know, Antalya? Does that ring a bell? So basically it's like 2 hours drive from Antalya.
Oh, nice, okay.
And I arrived at 10 p.m. there. There's a sign that says Paul Silve. Took the car. Went into a random car, like, I started getting worried, you know, I started getting really worried, and literally got to Kalkan, got to the villa, and Jason was there, Agri was there, my mastering engineer, that was the first time I met him as well. And Steph was there. Steph was also one of the artists who was invited to the villa, and meeting Steph was incredible. It was just, we're so different physically, yet so similar interiorly and emotionally, and I love speaking with him. I love him so much, and I really wish him well. It's Steph with a E, with a 3 instead of a E. If you guys like grime, poetry, spiritual words.
Yeah, because I was about to say that's from that song, isn't it? Like, yeah, I've got that little rap bit in there. I was like, when you were saying about that, you know, you're doing that, I was like, oh yeah, I was like, that's...
It was an honor, honestly. Like, people don't realize the struggle of making a record, because I actually had another friend who was supposed to do a rap on that, but he was never respecting deadlines. Literally, Steph, I gave him the track, gave him the deadline. He sent me, like, I think a week or 2 weeks later.
Oh, wicked.
The track.
Love that from him.
I remember listening to it one time, and I was like, this is it. Wow, I'm keeping it. It's an honor to have him in this track.
Yeah, nice one. But some people say to me, mate, it's easy, what we do. Or you just talking to a mic, or you just sing a song. That's what people say to me.
I mean, like, that's because they're really humble. If they say that, they're really, really humble. But the putting words together that make sense to yourself, so that you can share them to the people, so that they can relate afterwards, or that they can make their own interpretation of things. I think it's a skill. It's a skill of its own.
100%. Sure. God, yeah, songwriting is like just one of the best things ever, right? Come on, like, it's just like next level. Alright, cool. How about we have another song then? What are we thinking?
Let's do it. We were talking about Mexico, and I wrote the song. So I'm as you know, I'm Mexican, but I don't know why I've never written a song in Spanish before a couple months ago.
But you're French, and you got a bit of French as well.
I'm half French, half Mexican.
Half French and half
but
Mexican.
I never lived in France. Like, I just was like raised with French family and went to French schools, but I'm mainly Mexican.
Because Barbara's sort of French, isn't
Barbara's
it?
in French, yeah.
Yeah.
Barbara was actually written in Manchester to someone in Paris.
Oh, cool.
So there's a really, really strong connection with France.
Because although I only understand little bits and pieces of the song, I can understand the like little tiny words. I'm like, oh, you're gonna get excited. I get excited. I'm like, I understood that bit. I still like listening to it. It's weird. The language I don't even know. Yeah, I still like listening to it. How about that, eh?
No, yeah, it's a funny one. I mean, like Barbara was cool. We'll talk about it in a second, but yeah, like. Yeah, for sure. Like, I mean, writing in other languages was never my forte, and then now being able to, like, I mean, it's not about being able. It's just really nice to know that I can feel in my respective languages, you know, my native languages. So, yeah, Barbara was the first one I wrote in French, and this one is the first one I wrote in Spanish. And I'm actually really happy about it, so it's an exclusive, it's unreleased.
Woof, okay, yes! We love the exclusives here! We love the exclusives for On Air Acoustic. Well, Paul Silve, when you are ready, take it away.
Let's do it. This one's called Ya que no estás. It means now that you're not here. 1 second. I just need to drink some water.
Mate, absolutely. Take your time.
Let's do it.
Alright, here we go! Okay.
No recuerdo haberte hecho sufrir. Tú me miras con ojos que van a insistir. Cuánta gente ves con pelo gris. No hacemos lo que hacen mismos sin pedir. Un poco más, un poco menos. Ya que tú no vuelas y que yo me quedo acá. Ya que di 100 vueltas y no quiero regresar. Hay todo en mi cuenta, pero no quiero gastar. Y ahora das más ganas, ya que no estás. Espero que no te arrepentí. No te creas lo que dicen, yo nunca te mentí. Y no me creo que me pidas más de mí. Si te di todo, en el momento respondí. te di más. Momentos buenos, un poco más, un poco menos. Ya que tú no vuelas y que yo me quedo acá. Ya que di 100 vueltas y no quiero regresar. Hay todo en mi cuenta, pero no quiero gastar. Y ahora das más ganas ya que no estás. Ya que tú no vuelas y que yo me quedo aquí. Ya que di 100 vueltas y que ya me repetí. Hoy me di bien cuenta que ya no quiero gastar. Pero ahora das más ganas ya que no estás.
It's Paul Silve live in the studio for On Air Acoustic, raw talent, real time. Woo-hoo! Exclusive in Spanish. Now, I do need to know one thing. There's no swearing in that song, is there, Mr. Paul Silve?
No swearing at all. I promise. I do swear a lot, but I'm trying my best not to.
Oh yeah, I appreciate, man, you're a legend. Cool, man, yeah, so obviously that is kind of quite mad, like, you know, Mexican, like you've never sort of gone, that's what it's mad how it's like, naturally you've gone to write English songs, in English, if that makes sense. How nice is it to actually go, you know what, this is sort of who I am kind of thing, this is really sort of the like the genes, the DNA of everything of Paul Silve, like, how nice of it to write a song in sort of Spanish and Mexican.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, it was, like, I've always wanted to, it's not that I don't want to, it's just, I've always done what I felt was right for me, and I mean, like, I've always been inspired by English artists and always been inspired by English songwriting, so automatically since I was a kid I was always driven to learn English as fast as possible, so I was literally trying to be the best one in my class in English. But
nice.
But nothing else. Just in English.
Hey, look at it now,
Yeah,
so it's worked.
You know, and after a while it was just going through my mind, you know, Barbara wasn't even meant to be released at first, and then I realized it was actually such a beautiful song. It's, for me, I don't even consider it that much of a song, I consider it as a lullaby, a sonnet.
Nice.
You know what I mean? It's more like that, but I was in Mexico, so what I was telling you that basically Angus stayed with me 2-3 weeks, to visit and everything and for the show. Basically at the last day that I was in Mexico, I just decided, I was like, I cannot leave. I feel like home here. I feel like me. I've never felt more like this than anywhere else. And I think right now is the perfect time for me to stay in Mexico and live all these things again. And it was really, really cool because, some of the people from my family or my close friends or anything, they also do music. So it was really nice to be able to jam with them, try some ideas with them, you know, and experience different things. Like, they showed me around a lot more than what I thought that was going to be shown around, and literally one time was just that's my own type of songwriting. How I thought the way I write is once I was just sitting in my bed and I just felt everything like my whole body letting go of a lot of things, and I took the guitar and I was just like, okay, that's just right, you know.
Nice.
And yeah, it basically tells the story of a breakup, and yeah, now that she's not here, that, you know, that feeling of exaggerating, like when you break up with someone, it's like, now that you're not here, I'm gonna spend all my money, I don't care, I'm gonna get drunk, I'm gonna do all these things, like, you know, it's like, it was the concept of the song, is like, now that I'm alone, that you're not here, I'm gonna live my life wildly.
Yeah, why not, eh?
You know, like, with the wrong, like, intention behind it, but
it's the irony behind it, right? That makes it special. And yeah, the fact that it's in Spanish,
that's so cool.
I don't know, for a while I was just trying to find the right song in Spanish for me, and it was never happening, and this one was like,
yes. Sounds like you found it.
That's me. Yeah.
How long is the song Japanese Cherry Tree?
Japanese Cherry Tree is, how long, like time?
Yeah.
It's like 4 minutes.
Okay. I'm only looking at the clock. What we'll do is we'll have that as an exclusive on our YouTube channel, because we've just run out of time just to be able to play it live. Okay. But we'll grab, what I'm going to do is we'll have it on our YouTube channel as an exclusive. So I'm sorry about that, man. It's because I can talk to you forever.
We could talk forever.
And there's so many questions I've still got for you. This is the maddest thing. So you're probably, up to date with everything. How are you feeling? Because like you're such a creative person, I need you to ask you this. How do you feel about AI right now in music?
Oh, whoa.
It's only because you're such a creative person, and you're so old school. And I love that about you. I love the fact that you're you don't feel new to me. You're something old, and I love that. It's so much better. So how do you feel about this whole AI thing? It's kind of scary, man, but...
No, I mean, yeah, it is super scary, even more for songwriters, where somebody can just ask ChatGPT to write their own lyrics and everything, and also there's not a thing to prove that if they wrote them with ChatGPT or not, or anything and it was really funny. The other day I actually made the experiment I was trying to write a little bit, and when I finished writing I was like, okay, can you correct the lyrics to my song to ChatGPT? And it just kind of gave me a feedback, and it was kind of nice to have that feedback, but that's it, It's not about asking AI to solve your life. It's not about asking AI to kind of do the work for you. You have to be humble and know that you've worked all these years so hard to keep going like that. And I personally am one of the ones who thinks that AI is not going to be able to match what a human does.
No, I hope so. That's what I in my heart believe that. I just hope it's true.
No, yeah, I mean, my other belief is that we're going towards Terminator.
Yeah.
That's for sure what's gonna happen. The end of the world is for sure gonna be Terminator.
Yeah, I might just download ChatGPT to say, hi guys, you're doing such a great job, just be friends with them.
No, literally. I mean, you'd laugh a lot. When I ask something to ChatGPT, I always say please.
Yeah.
I always say please and thank you and hello,
So smart speaker, I was saying this is something that's popped up on the show before. A smart speaker, when you say play Vibe 107.6, do you say, please, can you play it?
Always.
That's what I do.
Always.
That's what I do.
Always.
I've finally met someone who says please to a smart speaker like me.
To everyone and everything, always, even Alexa. Right? Alexa, I'm always, can you play this, please?
It's with Siri has a go at me. It's sorry, I didn't quite get that. I'm oh, I'm so sorry, Siri. I'm so sorry. It was my mistake, not yours.
I even say goodbye to them at some point, and everything.
I'm so glad that it's not just me. Again, we've only got a minute left. So gigs coming up in 2025. What's happening with you?
2025. So we had a release party that we sold out, and that was super successful. But I'm gonna announce it to the UK today. It's we're working on the third EP.
Nice.
So it's coming. The third EP is coming, and it includes some of the songs that are already available as a live version on my YouTube if you go down.
Yes.
But yeah, third project coming on the way. We have we're hoping to have gigs in April, and June we might go. May we might go Paris.
Nice.
June we might go Switzerland if it happens. But yeah, stay tuned. There's a lot of things coming. We have a music video for Japanese Cherry Tree as well coming. Shout out to my boys, Rodrigo Lara and Diego Garcia. Love you guys. And yeah, thank you all. Thank you for feeling.
Thank you so much for listening. Again, thank you so much for coming in. Thank you for everyone who's listened tonight. Same time, same place, next week. All the best.